5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Game of Thrones is back, and so are we. So season 8, episode 2 just dropped. We watched it like 30 minutes ago. And so like it's almost our job at this point to come in here and break it down and talk about everything. So here we are. First of all, let's talk about our first impressions of the episode. What do you think?
I was pretty surprised, bro. Like, it wasn't like any other Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah.
It was like everything was they were just trying to finish everything off one by one.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I really liked this episode. It was like away from Game of Thrones as it can be, There's like small intimate meetings of all the main characters, and they're like singing songs, they were having like fun before they die.
Yeah.
So I kind of found that non-Game of Thrones style.
Yeah.
And I kind of liked it, because we know the end is coming. If that episode was in the middle somewhere, I'd be like, yo, nah, Game of Thrones isn't about. But this one, I liked it.
I think to me, the only reason I'm okay with this is because I know the ramifications of the next episode.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm okay with it. It's like, it's like they're trying to give all these like characters it's like you're almost like your goodbye for these characters. Like this is the last time you're gonna see them happy. Last time you're gonna see them. I liked the episode. Obviously, it wasn't as eventful. Like, there's not a bunch of shit going on. Like, it starts off pretty good. Yeah. Kind of does, Like, it's good. It's a good episode, but, like, obviously, like, if you're watching Game of Thrones for, like, the blood and the gore and the violence and all that stuff, like, and it wasn't really, like, there was really nothing to it. It was just, like, it was almost like a filler episode.
Yeah. This episode? No, I wouldn't say it was a filler at all. No.
You wouldn't think so?
No, I wouldn't. Because, like, filler episodes are usually full of nonsense. This was a nonsense. This was... this was right before the big battle.
This was just an episode to get us to the next episode.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I mean? That's what I mean by filler. Like, it was an episode to bridge the gap between it was just to bridge the gap between the first episode and the third episode. Like, the fight. Like, it was just like, it has to be there because... or else there's gonna be like a huge, it's just to fill that gap between the two episodes. In my opinion, that's how it felt. I still liked it. I don't think it was I still think it was obviously a necessary episode, but to me, it almost felt like if you watch this entire series over again, if you watch it again from the beginning, you don't have to watch this episode to know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's nothing you have to watch the first episode of the season. Yeah. That sets the tone of the season. This episode, I feel like if you're watching it again, it's not an episode you're gonna skip to and watch because this happened. It's an episode you can probably skip if you're on your rewatch if you know what's already happened. You get what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think it was a filler at all because they're just following the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, before every battle, you can call that a filler episode, but it's kind of like it's just following the story. It has to be done.
Yeah, it has to be done. Yeah. I get what you mean. I still liked it. It was enjoyable. I watched it 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it was different than I expected it to be. I felt like all the mini clips of everyone just being really emotional or very warm to each other right before the end of the war. Yeah. I feel like this episode highlights some of the key features, some of the key ending features of Game of Thrones because all the characters are there. They're all warm-hearted. They're loving. They're having fun right before they all die and vanish forever. So this was a key episode to see all the characters in in their raw flesh. You know what I mean?
Definitely. All right, so for those tuning in, this is our Game of Thrones podcast. Those are our first impressions. Make sure you guys are following, commenting, all that stuff. YouTube, Spotify, all of that. All right, so we're gonna get into our topics for today. It's not really topics, more of what happened in the episode, and we're just gonna break them down, talk and these are all our opinions, what we think at the end of the day. If you have another thought, if you have another opinion, if you have another theory, by all means, let us know.
If you don't like Game of Thrones at all.
If you don't like Game of Thrones at all, let us know too. Maybe we can convince you to watch Game of Thrones.
And you should watch Game of Thrones.
And maybe, you're not cool because you don't like Game of Thrones. Let's be real. You're a loser. Okay, so let's get into the beginning of the episode. The first thing we see is it opens up and they're in the Grey Hall, in the hall. Yeah. And Jaime is in front of Dany, Sansa, and Jon. And Dany's in the middle because she's the queen, but surprise. But So yeah, he's in front of all of them, and he's forgiven.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I feel like obviously that's what had to happen. Me, I'm one of those people that are under the impression that Jaime was never really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, Jaime's just never been bad. He's just been misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, like, so like his reasoning for killing the Mad King, like, as much as like Dany's the queen and all that stuff, she has no right to be wrong about Jaime killing the Mad King. He did he did an honorable thing in killing the Mad King. Let's call a spade a spade. You know, if anything, Cersei should be disappointed in the fact that she was like, you know, that's more of the Mad King is more of a stain on her than it is on him, on Jaime. Like, obviously, yeah, you're bound to fight for your king by like in the King's Guard, the oaths and all that stuff. But and when Jaime is telling Brienne in the hot tub why he did it, you genuinely sense that he had pure intentions. Like, it was he was about to get the Mad King was about to burn the entire village, people in their beds in their sleep. Like, he was going crazy, and he did what he had to do. And by all means, like, so I don't believe Jaime's like ever been bad. He just does what's right for his family, his kingdom, whatever. Like,
yeah,
he does what he thinks is right. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a different interpretation of what's right, and everyone has a different narrative that drives all that. He did what he thinks is right, and I think that's just misunderstood because that rubs the wrong way. That might not be what's right for other people. Like, it's not right for Bran to push him. I mean, now it ended up being right for Bran, but at the time it wasn't right for him to push Bran out the window.
Yeah.
And for his house, that's the right thing to do. Like, well, that's exactly what you do. You have to.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just did it for my family.
Yeah, and he's not apologetic either. He's like, yo, I would do it again for my house. Like, so he's doing the right thing to him, and I can't blame him at all for that. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't surprised at all that I had a feeling Brienne was gonna kind of step up and say something.
Yeah,
she kind of had to. Like, it's kind of like the arc of the whole thing. Like the fact that she was there, like, she's gonna have to say something. I wasn't surprised that he got forgiven, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was super surprised he got forgiven.
You did?
I thought he's gonna, like, at least go to the dungeon or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But he actually got forgiven quite easily.
Yeah.
What surprised me was Dany was super mad at Tyrion. That's what surprised me in the whole entire even during the I guess the trial.
Yeah.
Right. Even during the trial, she kind of showed anger towards Tyrion. That's what about the trial I took away was like, whoa, what just happened, right? I mean, Tyrion didn't really do anything that bad for Dany to be this mad at him on a public level, right? Yeah, he miscalculated his enemies, and at the they went to High Garden instead of staying at Castle Rock.
Yeah,
he miscalculated that, but I mean, it's a mistake.
Yeah,
right?
Like, at the end of the day, as smart as Tyrion is, he cannot predict the future.
Yeah,
he can't predict what another person is gonna do, right? So I don't think it was fair for her to be mad at him. Obviously, if you're hiring someone to be right all the time in their intelligence, you expect them to be right most of the time.
Yeah. And
those are some pretty big mistakes, like, let's be honest. But for her to be like almost openly bashing him is kind of like it was just, I feel like we're getting like Dany's getting worse and worse. Like, she's falling in my rankings in terms of characters I like. Mm-hmm. She's falling pretty hard. Like, every episode, she's like, to me, it's more. She's making a case for her to not want, like, for me not to want her on the throne.
Why? How's she doing that?
She's just like, she's coming off as bratty now. She's almost like, it's almost like this entitlement to her. Like, oh, like, yeah, like, it's almost like she thinks the Iron Throne is already hers. Like, it's like she's already acting like all arrogant. Like, she's already trying to like make, all the, like, there's like an arrogance to her that wasn't there before. You get what I mean?
No, I think it was always there.
It was always there at the right time. But when the arrogance wasn't needed, she was still like a compassionate person. Now I feel like that line is almost blurry. Like, she's not being compassionate at the right time. She's like, like at a time, like when she's talking to Sansa and she's talking about, the North and all that stuff, what are you gonna do with the North? Like you sense this kind of like arrogance come on her. And like when they're talking in the crypt about their lineage, like instead of discussing other things, it's like, like she almost felt like mad that he had a claim to the throne. Kind of thing. Like, she's starting to get like bratty, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. I feel like there's so much noise in Winterfell right now.
Yeah.
You know, with all the characters being there and stuff. We forget what Dany actually was, which is just a conqueror. You know, and all she said throughout the whole thing is that I am the heir of the Iron Stones, you know, the breaker of chains, this, that, that.
Yeah.
And here in Winterfell, with all the noise around her, I feel like her message isn't heard clearly. That's why she keeps kind of reiterating it with her,
Yeah.
I guess, with her attitude, right? But I mean, I don't really see the brattiness. I just see herself. Being herself. Yeah, it's definitely true that she has went down in ranking, but maybe that's because the deaths that are coming up might be shuffling around in your head. You know, like, oh shit, Jaime's gonna die, so I like him more. You know, that type of thing. So I don't know. I think she's still holding her same as she was.
You
before.
think she was the same as before? I just feel like, how would I say this? Like. And I think that you actually made a good point. I think she is being herself. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
She's being more of herself.
Yeah.
Like, I think before maybe she was showing I don't know if it was fake or whatever. I think now she's being more of herself, and we'll get to see that more of herself. And I think I talked to a couple of coworkers, and it's kind of rubbing everyone the wrong way. Like, you know, I'm not the only one that notices too. Like, they don't like. It's just, I feel like it's almost abrasive. Like, I just don't, I'm starting to not like her character. The person that's shooting up my rankings that I love now is Sansa. Yeah. I love Sansa. Like, I used to hate Sansa. And I think I said that in our first episode, I used to hate Sansa. Because she was just, like, moany and bitchy and, like, all that stuff. But now she's, like, grown into, a woman. Like, she knows how to rule. She knows what to do. Like, I'm digging the new Sansa. I love it. I love new Sansa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think she's going to die?
I don't think she's gonna be out in the field. She's not leaving. She's not even leaving the
crypts, right?
The castle.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's gonna die, but she could die. Who knows?
Yeah. I know. But what our love towards characters is slowly building because we know the end is coming.
Yeah.
So that can play a huge factor in whether like you think one.
So you think we hate Dany more because we think she's gonna live?
Yeah, she still has another 4 episodes to go, bro. Some of these characters, maybe you never even know. Maybe like Jaime or whatever, or some of these characters might die in the 1 or 2 episodes to come.
Yeah, I mean,
and you will miss them dearly.
Yeah, you know? I guess that's not a bad way of putting it.
Yeah, and then when there's only like 3-4 characters left, like Jon, Dany, this, that, then you can choose your,
Yeah.
And another thing is she has no rule in Winterfell, even though she claims to have a rule in Winterfell. That's why she kind of looks bratty, right? Like, it's Sansa's ruling it, Jon's ruling it. They have the rule.
Yeah.
But since Dany comes there trying to take the rule, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why she seems kind of like a brat, because like she doesn't belong, but yes, she still wants to belong. Yeah. But after the war's over, and if she is on the throne, then everyone will respect her.
So speaking of Tyrion and Dany, okay, so Tyrion and Jaime were having a conversation about Dany, and Tyrion's like, oh, something about her being a just ruler or something, and Jaime's like, are you sure? And Tyrion just right away he said, yeah, I'm sure. The way Tyrion's decision making has been going recently.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was kind of like the way that that line went. So something popped in my head. Is him being sure a good thing? Is because like the way his decisions, his thought process has been going the maybe the last season and a half has like he's been wrong about a lot of things for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So when he is like explaining to Jaime why he's so sure that she's gonna make a good queen, the way it was just everything was just put together and the way it was coming off, the first thing that just came to my mind is that she is her father's daughter. Like I feel like she's gonna do something like I don't know if this battle or something's gonna happen during this battle or after the battle that's gonna push her over the edge and make her turn her into Mad King or show something of that side, like of that nature in her. But I feel like something is coming in her where it's like it's gonna really stain her ledger kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just the way that was just an observation I made that I just like, and I don't think anyone else picked it up really. and I could be overthinking. Let's be honest, because Game of Thrones makes everyone overthink.
Yeah.
But the way everything was just put together, the way the words were coming out, I was just there, and I watched it 3 times, so I kind of put all that together. It was almost like that shirt had some. It was like a lot more to it. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, I don't know. I'm not so sure about Dany anymore. Like, there's a lot of things. I mean, you said that Dany's probably gonna die, like 100%.
I think she's gonna die.
100%.
Yeah.
I think she probably dies, but I think something bad, like not something. She does something bad before she dies.
Yeah. You know. Also, like another thing where Dany will shine greatly is this battle that's happening in the north is kind of like Jon's battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jon brought her there. It's like Jon's battle.
Yeah.
So after that's done, in the south when she's taking the throne, I think that's where she'll shine more. That's where that's where she'll be less. That's where her control and command will be in power.
Yeah.
Right. So right now she's kind of like a side character. She not necessarily full blown side, but she's kind of at the side.
She's not the commander of the military.
She's not.
She has to listen to what Jon's saying.
Exactly.
That's Jon's war. Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I have a bad feeling about Dany, about the rest of her arc. I just feel like every episode's it's been going down. This one's going down a little more too. I just think it's gonna keep going downhill for her. I don't know if she wins. I don't know if she loses. I don't know if she dies. I don't know if she does something fucked up that just makes everyone hate her. I'm not sure, but I feel like something's coming for her.
Yeah.
All right, so next thing. Okay, so Jaime and Brienne. All right. There's a lot of Jaime and Brienne this episode. There's the love triangle with Tormund Giantsbane, but like there's a lot of Jaime and Brienne. So Brienne saves Jaime at the beginning of the episode. Jaime asked to be part of her battalion. What's it called? They're chilling in the hall and they're drinking together. She gets knighted, which is a great moment. Like that kind of made me feel kind of emotional. You know, that's something she wanted from the beginning, and you're kind of like rooting for Brienne the whole time because she always does a good thing.
Yeah. And
so it was good to see that. Now my question to you, is there something more between those two?
No, from what I know, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
My opinion, I don't think so. I feel like it's more of like between them, it's like honor, you know?
Yeah, it's like,
you know what I mean? It's like, yo, I respect you,
and
you respect me, and like, you know, we're like friends, but not really friends, but just respect in the middle.
Yeah,
it's like that because Jaime, even in this episode, said many times like, you know, I love my family, or he even said I love my sister or something along those lines. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's like another affirmation that there's nothing between those two. I think it's just straight respect.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's like a knight. You know, he was shit in the beginning, and then Brienne saw that he wasn't. He's an honorable man.
So you think, okay, so if it's just a respect thing, if one of them were to die, you don't think the other one would be like shattered? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think it's more than that. I think if they both survive, which I don't think is gonna happen, if they both survive, I feel like it would head towards something like
something bigger,
like a marriage or something like that. I feel like being a friend like that, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, you know, a friend is what you're kind of trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like a friend. I feel like there's a lot more emotion in there. Like, you know, I don't know if it's just they're great actors or the way they're written is great, but there's just there's so much emotion between those two. I feel like they might have the strongest relationship in the show.
They might. Yeah, you're
like
right.
That bond, like the way they feel about each other, it might be the strongest I see in the entire show. Like I don't see two people that feel that much that way about each other like that passionately. Like I have not seen that. And they haven't even like kissed or anything. It was just literally just them looking, the way they look at each other, the way they acted with each other, the way they're with, like when they're with each other, defend each other, all that stuff. It's just, I see more passion in that friendship, relationship, whatever they have, than any other one. Yeah,
you're right. But I don't know. Maybe after Cersei dies, there might be like a little bit of a spark between them. Yeah. In terms of like love.
If they both
but right now, I think it's straight respect.
If they both live.
Yeah, if they both live.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about Brienne getting knighted.
I think she's gonna die though.
Who? You think Brienne?
I think she's gonna die.
I personally think Jaime's gonna die saving her.
No, I don't know what that's a little complex for us to like. I think
one of them are gonna die saving the other person.
Maybe.
because they're gonna fight in the same battalion. Battalion. I think I'm saying it right. But what's it called? Battalion.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. But they're gonna fight in the same battalion. Like they're gonna be like in close proximity with each other. It's gonna be a crazy fight. I think I don't think both of them are coming out of this alive. Like I think at least one of them have to die, right? So to make it a real tearjerker and to like you know, like they're building up that relationship so we can like get pulled apart and get hurt by it. I think personally I think kind of both their arcs are kind of closing, but I feel like Jaime might have a longer, like he might have more to do after. But like I feel like he's become such a good guy now, like they're gonna kill him off kind of thing. I don't know which one will die and which one will survive, but I feel like one of them are gonna die.
One of them are gonna die
either in front of each other or for each other.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's gonna be something like that. All right, so does Sansa have an issue with Dany taking the throne? What about the North? That's the question she kept asking. What about the North?
So when they're talking, she said the North will never kneel
to a king or queen again.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah. So I think that kind of points to the theory of, you know, after the wars are done, it kind of splits up into different regions
and it becomes like a democracy.
Yeah, you know, like the North gets their own and then the South gets their own, and like maybe like Dany's ruling the South, Jon's ruling the North. Maybe like that. That's what it kind of points to, because, you know, from what Dany kind of looked like lost over there. She didn't know what else to say to her, and somebody came in too, right?
I think you said the word earlier. Dany's a conqueror. She's not a ruler.
Yeah.
She's gonna, like, her goal is always gonna be to get more land. That's always what's gonna be. When she gets Westeros, I don't think she's gonna be like content. Like, she's the same thing as Robert Baratheon. Baratheon was a conqueror. Like, he took over Westeros.
Yeah.
But he was a shit ruler. And I think Dany's gonna be the same thing. She's gonna be a terrible ruler too. I don't think she has the, like, you can see when she was ruling Marine and all the thing of the harpy.
Yeah.
The harpy?
Yeah.
And they all started like causing a ruckus. Like, she didn't know what the people in her thing wanted. Like, she didn't have that kind of compassion to find out and all that stuff. She just kind of like ruled, and like as soon as she took it over, she thought that was the job. Like, that's it. That's her. Like, she's a conqueror.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're absolutely. She's shit at ruling.
Yeah. So I don't believe she's gonna do a good job in ruling. I feel like after she's conquered, I feel like
she's gonna pass it on.
Yeah, like she's gonna pass it on to like Jon, because like I feel like and this is obviously if all of them are still alive, but I feel like either Jon or even Tyrion, like those guys are better rulers. Like they're not in the mindset of conquering and starting wars and taking over lands for no reason. But if they have the lands, they'll take care of everyone and all their people and all that stuff. And I think that would be the smartest option for her.
Yeah.
As soon as she takes it over, let Jon sit on the throne and rule everything. And it's still a target. Like, and now that she knows that he's still a Targaryen, like, it'd still be in the family. So I think it's a win-win. And I think I've seen something about Targaryens, like Aegon Targaryen, the guy who conquered, him and his two sisters ruled at the same time. Like, there was all three of them, they were all ruling at the same time. So I feel like there might be a joint rulership with each other, where she's just like the conqueror and he's like the ruler kind of thing. But her plan for the North, though, like maybe it is a democracy, maybe, who knows, right?
I think Sansa's she's just getting ahead of herself by asking these questions at the wrong time.
You think so?
Yeah, you know, Sansa's always she's always been a little weird of a character to me.
Yeah.
You know, she always asks like weird questions, or she does weird stuff. Yeah. You know, like, it's just like she's not that sharp. Like, she's growing into being sharp. Yeah. But she's still not that sharp.
I think it was the perfect time to ask.
You think so?
I think so. I think at that time with that conversation, she genuinely, before she goes into battle with this person, she wants to know what's she gonna do with them if they survive. I think that's the best time. When are you gonna ask? After the fight?
Yeah, after when you're actually fighting for the North or fighting for the Seven Kingdoms, right?
Yeah.
Right now it's life or death. Right now that North doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Right? So and like everyone has so much stress, and Sansa goes and asks this question. Yeah. Even though she, like, better than Sansa, Jon knows these kind of things. Yeah. And Jon probably already has figured out, you know, what to do with the North after this whole thing is done. And Sansa's being kind of selfish in this exact moment.
No, but then here's here's what I think. When I'm sitting there and thinking in Sansa's position, I'm thinking, okay, these two are doing it for each other because they love each other. Mm-hmm. So, me as the lady of Winterfell, what are your plans for these people? Because your love is fine, that's cute and stuff, but there are thousands of people's lives that are at stake. Like, we're about to fight a war. I want to know beforehand, like, if you have any plan or if you're just conquering just to conquer. Like, she wants to scope her out. I think Sansa's like, I think it was actually really smart for her to ask at that time, and I also think that, like, Sansa at this point right now might know the most out of everyone. She might be the most clear-headed. I think she knows more than Jon right now, like, in terms of what to do with the throne. Jon is a very emotional person. Like, he'll get emotional. He'll let people in. It ends up being the right thing most of the time, but like, he's a very emotional. He gets like all attached. I feel like Sansa is the difference between Dany and Jon. I feel like she'd be like in the middle. I feel like she's kind of like that perfect in between the two. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. She's good. I guess she's good with ruling, but I just don't like her attitude personally. Yeah.
You don't like it?
I just don't like her attitude personally. Yeah.
So you think so?
She just does. She has more of a evil vibe to her than anything.
She's been through a lot. So
yeah, that's probably that's exactly why she has an evil vibe to her.
I feel like now she's like, it's almost like she has like a little bit of Cersei in her, which I kind of like. That's what
exactly.
I like.
You kind of sense that evil, even though like, you know, Dany came up to her and she's like all nice to her and trying to be friends and stuff, and Sansa like kind of acts friendly at first and slaps her with a question that kind of, you know, questions her throne and stuff like that.
But what's it called? I feel like she has Cersei in her, but I feel like she has a good amount of Cersei. It's not a bad Cersei. Like, I don't feel like she's gonna turn into Cersei and go crazy, but like, I feel like she has that Cersei where it's like, she knows being a woman and a ruler is a hard thing, and she's like, you know, she's embracing it, and she's killing that role right now. What do you think if Dingo's going to sit on the throne, Dany, what do you think she does with the North?
Gives her to Jon.
You think she's gonna give the North to Jon? Make it the Warden of the North kind of thing.
Warden of the North.
Yeah, that makes
King
sense.
Of the North.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, if they're lovers, then, you know, Sansa doesn't have anything to fear. That's what she needs to understand.
Wouldn't be Warden of the North still bending the knee?
Well, technically, yeah. But, I mean, I'm sure it's not... It's either separate kingdoms and stuff.
I think it might be the separate kingdom thing. I think it's going to be like more of a democracy kind of thing going forward. Or,
like we've seen in the past, Dany will prove herself to be worthy of the throne, and the North will kneel itself.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, like with her, you know what I mean? Like we've seen that happen.
Like if she wins the battle with their dragons and all that shit,
she saves them, and then she saves them for Cersei. Like they might just kneel her themselves.
Yeah, you know? Maybe that's true. All right, so Theon showed up. Theon Greyjoy, aka,
he's gonna die for sure.
AKA Reek.
He's gonna die for
sure. Yeah, he's a dead man. But
that was a sentimental thing they just did to make him show up.
Yeah, no, but I feel like him dying is the best thing for his character.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. He's been through the most, if anything.
Yeah, he's been through a lot, and he's cowered a lot too. Like this is his final time to prove himself, and I feel like he's gonna really prove himself. And he's defending Bran from the Night King, so he's kind of fucked.
Yeah, he's fucked.
He's like, cause I think when Bran is gonna be in the Godwood, him and the Greyjoys are gonna be surrounding and making sure.
That might be the death of the Night King, huh? In that area in the Godswood.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That might be the death.
That's where he's gonna die, because I think their powers go down in the Godwood.
I'm not sure about that,
because something about the enchantment in the trees and shit and the old gods, and I'm not sure. I'm not a historian or anything, but something about that weakens them or it gives them less power or something like that. I think in front of a Godwood is where the Night King was created originally. I feel like there's gonna be some sort of warging or some shit's gonna happen in there, but it's gonna end in there.
Yeah,
like, that's definitely where the ending is. I don't know if it's by dragon. I've heard this crazy theory where it's like, while Jon is fighting the Night King, Arya is going around and just killing all the fucking the White Walkers, like the guys on the horses.
Yeah,
she's going around and just fucking like ripping them, like killing them and shit, like.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so sick. That'd be, imagine that she's going through and killing 11 White Walkers. Like she's going.
She's gonna have like a pouch of those arrows, like we saw her shooting at the wood, and she's gonna.
And she's gonna go crazy. That'd be crazy.
That'd
but
be
yeah,
sick.
I think it could. I think it probably does. I think that battle ends in the Godwood. Like the Night King dies in the Godwood.
Yeah,
and then the rest of the army probably falls.
Yeah, it's probably like that, right? Where like you shoot down the mothership and all the.
Yeah, but imagine it's not like that, and they just put all their eggs into killing the Night King.
And they're screwed. Then they're
fucked.
They have a huge army, the Night King.
It's like 100k plus.
100k plus, yeah. It's a massive army.
Yeah, and these guys only have what, like 20, 30?
Yeah, these guys are dunzo.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the most fucked up part of the episode. Gendry and Arya.
I wasn't surprised.
I wasn't surprised. I was surprised.
We called it last episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. But what's it called? The way I felt, it was almost like I felt like this whole time, like Arya's big brother. Like, you know, Arya just felt like,
Gendry?
our little sister. Like, you know, like she's always like she's been so small growing up.
Yeah.
Like she started the show when she was 12 or something, right?
And seeing her nude like that, I wasn't about it.
It was like
I was not.
It was almost like
even though she's over 18, she's
yeah, she's like 22. She's our age.
Oh, she's our age.
She's our age.
Yeah.
But like, no, she looked good. Yeah. But like, it's so like when I first watched it, I was just sitting there. I'm just like, yo, what the hell? Like, Arya, you're gonna do this? Like, I was talking to her, like, like, what the hell, Arya? Where did this all come from? Like, it was just like I felt like a big brother. Like, yo, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, that was crazy. Like, it wasn't surprising in the sense that we didn't think it was gonna happen. We all thought it was gonna happen. Like, we knew the sexual tension was there.
But I never gave it the thought that it would happen. Do you know? Like, throughout the whole entire thing, I would never thought about Arya ever clapping. Like, ever.
Never. It's like the least probable thing she would do.
Yeah, I just never thought about it. Like, it was just never in my head.
Yeah.
And then she did it. I was like, whoa. But yeah.
Because I feel like it's because we were almost like, she's almost like our little sister kind of thing. Which is fucked.
She was really young. They looked really young. Everything was young.
Yeah. Like, it was crazy to see. I'm just like, holy smokes. Yeah, I wasn't surprised that it happened. It's almost like no one even thought that was gonna come, kind of thing. You know, that was crazy. But
and she's a woman now, so
yeah.
I guess that was I guess maybe that was like symbolic in a way that, you know, she's independent now. Yeah. You know what I mean? She's old. She's mature. Yeah. And she's ready to fight.
So what'd you think about that though? Like, did you think that was a write off? Like, that's something they could have gone without, or it was a good addition?
That's definitely something they could have gone without. Right, I'm thinking like this more than anything, like them hooking up. Of course, I feel like it is more of a symbolic thing, where Arya's like, they're telling us Arya's all grown up. You know, Arya's fully a woman now, right? I think if anything, that's symbolic. I don't know why they'd use that, but
I think it's filler.
You think it's filler? Might be filler. Maybe a little more emotion to that.
Yeah, and also I think one of them ties, probably Gendry. So. Which sucks. So like, they're building up all these relationships, all these ties, everything. It's
Hollywood, that's why.
Yeah, they want to. But Game of Thrones has been doing that though. Let's be real. Yeah. From the beginning, they've been like they build up Eddard Stark, and I'm watching the first season. I'm like, yes, Eddard Stark. I love Eddard Stark.
Yeah, he's a
great guy. You're gonna definitely sit on the throne one day, and then
they chop his head off.
Yeah. So Game of Thrones has been doing this to us. Okay. Another observation I made. These are the type of observations you get when you watch it 3 times in a row. Everyone keeps saying the crypts are the safest place. The crypts are the safest place. The crypts are the safest place.
Yeah.
I do not buy it. There's something wrong with the crypts. Something's gonna happen in the crypts. 100%. There's no way everyone keeps mentioning that the crypts are the safest place. And this could be me speculating again, my tinfoil hat on, you know, conspiracy theories. Something's gonna happen in the crypts. There's no way.
What can possibly happen in the crypts except the dead rising?
I don't know. That's what I don't know. But I know there's something gonna happen in the crypts, because every like 5 minutes, someone's like, "Oh yeah, the crypts are that way. They're the safest place in the castle, and yeah, don't worry, you'll be safe."
Maybe the crypts play an important role in the next episode.
That's what I'm thinking. Something's gonna happen in the crypts.
Yeah.
Either. I don't think everyone's going to be safe in the crypts. Or maybe that's where the battle ends, in the crypts. Like, I have no idea. But that's an observation I made. I'm like, all right, yo. Like, there's something wrong with the crypts. Mm-hmm. Because if everyone's mentioning it, Like whenever that's the plan, that's never gonna go. Like you always have to plan B. So I don't know. And
the only thing I can like speculate being wrong with the crypts is the dead coming to life in there.
Hmm.
But other than that, I mean, it's the last place that
apparently there's
it's like the basement.
The crypts, there's like exits from the crypts. Like you can get out from other sides and stuff.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it might be like everyone in there dies, and then we see that shot of Arya being scared, like something like that.
Oh, because that's how, remember Rickon and Bran?
Yeah, they were hiding at the back.
They were hiding in the crypts and they got out to the side. So there's like escapes and shit for the crypts. But like I feel like there's something definitely gonna happen in the crypts. There's something brewing. What could it be? Yeah,
or maybe all the people have to escape through there
to the side
because Winterfell's like.
Oh, maybe like they get so backed up that they have to go hide in the crypts.
Because I remember that route takes them through like underground tunnel type of thing all the way far away, right? To
somewhere farther, way further away.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, maybe, that's actually not a bad. Because I remember in the first trailer, they're all running to the door, like they're storming a door. So maybe they're storming the door for the crypt, and they lock it, and like I think there's like, I don't know, there's some special seal on the crypt or something, but like maybe they lock it and they're all stuck in there and they have to get out through the crypts. Like that could be their escape.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so there might be an escape or the dead might come to life there, but
yeah, I feel like so that was my observation. The crypts are gonna play a big role in this next episode.
Okay,
all right,
that's good.
So they're talking about their battle plan.
It was much less than I expected.
Yeah, it was not.
I expected a nice battle plan with them, but it was so plain.
I think it was like basic. What Bran and the Godswood, 2 people here, 2 guys on the flank, and then a bunch of like trebuchets, and
that's it.
It wasn't really like elaborate.
They could have strategically planned that, but then again, they are fighting the dead with like 100,000 people.
Yeah,
so
and
they have numbers.
Yeah, they have numbers. They have like they don't get tired, like all that stuff, right? And they're not gonna fall back. Like it's just gonna keep coming wave. Yeah,
but the one sensible thing they said there was that if you go after maybe the Night Kings and the people on the horses, the White Walkers, then they might.
Their strategy is to hold off the other people until the Night King gets killed.
Yeah,
that's their strategy. Strategy, they're not going in for the win. They're going to hold, and hopefully the Night King shows himself in the Godswood and they get to kill him, and boom, they're going for the fun. They're going for the KO. They're not going for the points and all that stuff.
That just wipes out armies, bro. That just wipes out everyone.
Yeah. So that's they're hoping on that. I mean, obviously something's gonna happen. Probably.
Yeah. Maybe they have more of an intricate plan. Maybe it's like kind of lure the Night King into the.
Yeah, they're gonna lure him with Bran.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of an underwhelming plan, but at the end of the day,
nothing was mentioned about dragons in this except the 2 dragons are going to be guarding
Bran, which I think is stupid
because the other one had they
never mentioned the other dragon.
Yeah,
the third dragon. Yeah, they didn't mention how they're going to take that out.
That's what I'm saying. It was just a terrible plan, or they're just saving the plan for the next episode. Like they're just going to do it. And it's going to be like, whoa, can't believe they did that, No,
I don't like that, though.
Yeah, I like it strategically planned and sticking to a plan and the struggle of sticking to the plan.
Yeah. I can't believe the biggest weapon for the Night King's army is the dragon. Viserion.
Yeah.
Why would they not mention that? It was, I don't know. The plan was just I was just sitting there, all these strategic minds of Westeros are sitting around a table, and that's what they came up with.
Yeah, like Jaime Lannister, Tyrion Lannister, all these people. Yeah,
everyone. It was kind of disappointing to me.
It's kind of an insult.
Yeah, but so Bran in that meeting, he spoke about the Night King and what he wants. He was saying how the Night King wants to wipe out Bran because he wants to wipe out humanity.
Yeah,
and Bran is like the database for all of humanity. If you wipe out Bran, you wipe out the 3-Eyed Raven. Outside of books, no one knows what everything's happening. So he's the one that knows everything. So once you wipe out Bran, it's almost like you're wiping out humanity because people are forgetting.
I get that,
he knows a lot of things, right? Is that a strong enough cause for you to wipe out humanity? Everlasting night is what he said.
Yeah. So that's what I don't get either. I'm like, okay, he wants to wipe out Bran, but what? Is the 3-Eyed Raven that important to the whole entire, for the Night King to come down here with the dragon and stuff?
Some of you guys don't even know who the Night King, who the 3-Eyed Raven is. They didn't know until, they're like, what the hell's the 3-Eyed Raven?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, I get the purpose of it. Like, okay, like we obviously don't know everyone that's important in this world. Like there's people that are doing shit that are so important that we couldn't even live without, but we don't even know their name or what they do. But like,
even then, from the plot we know of Game of Thrones, what big importance is the three-eyed raven?
no, it's the importance of, okay, so I think Varys said this, where it's like, they keep doing, if you keep doing the same, like the three-eyed raven's almost like a database, okay? So you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're gonna get the same result, same wrong result. The three-eyed raven is like a database for all of humanity, where it's like he knows everything that's ever, he's the only reason why we know about, like, obviously other than Samuel finding the book, he's one of the only reasons why we even know about things true origin.
Yeah.
John's true origin. Like if Sam never went and looked at a book, and Gilly never looked at a book accidentally, he would be our only way. There's so many other shit like that. Like he obviously plays a huge role. Like he does. But I think the fact that he's the focus of the Night King is kind of like what? Like it doesn't really make sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Like I get why he's going after it. Me personally, I don't think that would be my priority. Like if you kill everyone else, then he's gonna be the only one left. Then boom, you can kill him. I feel like there's something else with Bran.
Mm-hmm. With Bran, I feel like Night King, he has a different motive with the entire
Three-eyed ravens
of the country. No, the entire country.
Do you think
it's
Bran
not like
knows
he's
his
gonna
true
kill
motive?
Bran and go back north.
No. He wants to kill everyone, but he thinks he wants to start with Bran.
Right.
He wants Bran. Like
he wants to start with Bran. That's what it is.
From the beginning, they always want to kill the three-eyed raven. That's why the tree's enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
So they keep them all out and shit. And then when Bran got touched, it broke the curse. I think he just wants to get rid of the three-eyed raven. I feel like the three-eyed raven might know something to defeat him.
That's what it will. That's probably what it is.
He probably knows something to defeat him. So if you get rid of that, then there's no one knows how to defeat him, right? So I feel like Bran knows something, but I feel like he would have probably said it by now.
Or they're just like how they're keeping so many things about the war from that war battle that we saw. I'm pretty sure they're keeping that away from us too.
But okay, so how do you think that's gonna progress? How do you think you're gonna find out his true intentions, or do we know his true intentions now?
I think we do know his true intentions now.
The everlasting night or everlasting winter?
Just kill off everyone and just make it dark all his life.
Is that a strong enough motive for a villain? In my opinion, it's not.
But then I feel like it is, because he's not a villain with any other. Like, what do we know about the Night King? We don't know anything about the Night King.
Yeah, depends on
We genuinely we don't know what he we don't know what he does. Like he just wants to kill people and turn them into their dead army.
But like, okay, so
and from the theories on YouTube and stuff, we know that he needs a child to continue the legacy, and the child was coming from Craster's Keep, right? And the weird part is, after he wipes out humanity, where's the child gonna come from?
Oh, he's gonna have everyone.
Or he's just gonna take all the children? Yeah, right.
He's gonna have everyone. Yeah, but what's it called? Okay, so this is where I'm coming from. Okay, so one of my favorite movies of all time, The Dark Knight. Okay, Joker, one of the best villains of all time. The reason why that movie was so great was not because Batman. We already know who Batman is. We know who the heroes are. The reason why that movie was one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, if not the greatest, is because of the way they built up the villain. They gave him like a good story. Like they gave him his motive. Like he's kind of just like like they really built him up. I feel like we've had 7, now 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. They haven't really built up the Night King.
They haven't. That's what I'm saying. We barely know.
Yeah, that's my issue with it. I feel like with all these seasons and all this thing, like you could have maybe given the Night King a stronger motive. Maybe the Night King hates people because they turned him into White Walker.
Yeah, or maybe like a clearer motive, if not a strong
a more clear motive. Like the fact that an everlasting winter. Like, I feel like that's too shallow.
It's it's like saying they're zombies. Like
just like everyone. Okay, kill everyone, cool. Like every other psychopath wants to kill everyone too. Like you're not any different, right?
You're right.
I want to know his true motive. Is it because they turned him into a White Walker? I feel like that might be it. I feel like Bran might have like a vision where when they're creating him, because the Children of the Forest created them, there might be a scene there where it's like they're showing how he's created and why, and that's why he hates all the people, because they turned him into a White Walker. He is not able to, like, you know, be with the woman or do whatever, live a regular life and all that stuff. He has to live forever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there has to be some sort of deeper meaning like that. You know, like the whole everlasting night thing.
That's just kind of weird. Yeah.
I don't like
that's
that.
what I'm saying. If it was written in the books, then 100% R.R. Martin would have made it clear as to what the intentions of the Night King are. Right now, but yeah, you're right. We don't know anything about.
So you think we get a scene like that where he kind of maybe not the Night King says, but maybe Bran has like a vision of when this guy, like, he kind of has a vision. He gives us like a narration, like, oh, like the only reason why he's doing all this is because of this.
I hope we do.
I feel like
if we do, that would make the storyline so much more clear. Just as narration why the Night King did that, like, you know, we stopped providing him babies, or like we messed his life up, or whatever it is.
I feel like I feel like the show would not be almost complete without hearing of his true clear motive. Yeah, it almost gives us like okay, now I kind of see why he's doing all this kind of thing. I feel like that's a big thing for me. I want to know what, like, I feel like the development of the villain is a huge thing. Like, I believe in developing your villains. If not
Cersei's developed.
Oh yeah. But like, it depends on your point. She's a POV character, so she's technically like the protagonist of the show. Yeah, she's one of the main people of the show. But yeah, I hope they show us something like that. I feel like he might be mad at the fact that he's a White Walker. I feel like that sounds like a pretty strong motive for me. Mm-hmm. You know, that's something I would buy. All right, so another observation of mine. Okay. That's 3 episodes, 3 watches. My theory of Grey Worm dying is 100%.
I think he dies too. 100. It was just too much. It was like such a romantic thing when she left, when Grey Worm left. Yeah. With Melissa, what was her name?
Melisandre.
Yeah, or something like that.
Missandei,
not Melisandre.
Yeah, Melisandre is the other one.
With Missandei, that it's like, yo, how much more bait are you gonna make it? You know, like they're kissing, they're saying farewells, and they're the only characters in the show that did that.
Here's the big thing. In the first scene where they're in the thing, when Grey Worm gives Jaime back his sword, kind of gives it to him pretty hard, and they look at each other. I feel like when he turns into a White Walker, Jaime's the one that's gonna have to kill him.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. I feel like Grey Worm's gonna die, because Grey Worm's like in the front. Like he's like in the front. So I feel like he's gonna die, and he's gonna get rose again and turn into a white, and then Jaime's gonna be the one that has to take him out. I feel like
that might be strong. That might be a strong observation or like speculation.
Yeah. Like I feel like that, like just the way they built that up, they gave that extra look. Like I'm trying to catch, like, you know, this could be me crazy again, you know. But I feel like that's probably one of the theories I feel the most strongly about. One of my theories. Yeah. Like I feel like that would be a crazy fight too. Imagine a white Grey Worm. Yeah, that'd be crazy. It'd be super like. It was just, and a one-handed Jaime.
And a one-handed Jaime. Who knew that, you know, this day would come?
You know what's crazy? Why didn't they give Jaime like a dragon glass hand? They could have just been like punching people. Like he could have just gone boom, that would have been sick.
Yeah, that would have made more sense, no? Yeah, or like somebody surprised him with a dragon glass hand.
Yeah, like imagine his hand, like instead of gold,
it'd be dragon
glass, or like maybe like something with like a point, and he can just like.
Yeah, why couldn't it be a point like of dragon glass? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right. Or like another sword, maybe just attached to it.
Yeah, like just attach a sword to it so you can just do whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. That should have been there from day one. You know, and his other fights too.
Right? Yeah, but then he looked like a kind of like a freak, like you know, like.
This one he needs to look like a freak.
Yeah,
like he needs to act.
They need it now. They need that now more than ever. They need to put a weapon in every single hand of every single person, right? Yeah. But yeah, I think that Grey Worm Jaime thing is gonna happen. That's gonna be a crazy fight. That's gonna be a dope. There's gonna be a lot of dope fights like that. It's gonna be like, I feel like Arya's gonna just deal with a couple whites. Any other battle predictions you have? Like,
No, I think it's going down.
you think it's just going
it's
down?
going down. I don't even know which way to point the battle. You know, all I know is that there's another battle in the south, and because for that to go on, this one has to end. So these guys got to win.
Yeah, but
it'd be more helpful.
Who do you think has like? Do you think there's gonna be any heroic moments in the battle where it's like one guy just going crazy and like, you know, every battle has to have like the like Battle of Helm's Deep, like Legolas is going crazy.
We're gonna have so many characters going crazy. Like,
yeah, like you
Jaime.
need.
We're gonna have Sir Davos.
Who the pirate guy?
Yeah,
Davos. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna end up picking up a sword.
Yeah,
he's gonna never picked up a sword.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do some shit.
That type of shit.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a bunch of heroic moments. I feel like this whole episode is just gonna be a bunch of heroic moments, and then they're almost dying, and then it's kind of gonna be like Thor coming down from to Wakanda, and he's it's like
and that's gonna be like Jon Snow off the dragon.
He's gonna come off, and the dragon's gonna go start blowing people.
We're gonna see some. There's gonna be so many. The battle, I think, is gonna be so exciting because the cinematography in the battle is gonna be crazy good. Like, remember the Battle of the Bastards? It's gonna be like that, but like crazy.
I think it's gonna be better, bro.
Everyone's gonna get their own highlight.
They're comparing it to Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep is probably, if you've never watched Helm's Deep, it's like an hour and 15 minutes, like the whole battle scene.
It's huge.
Which is the length of this episode.
Yeah. But these guys have like 4 more. So it's the biggest battle ever in history.
Yeah, and on film, yeah. So the length of that...
Doesn't look that big, but...
The length of that battle, I mean, that was huge. Like the whole the thing army and then...
No, that's what I'm saying. Game of Thrones doesn't look that big.
I don't think it looks that big in scale, but they didn't have dragons.
Yeah, but still.
But they have 100,000 White Walkers. What are you talking about? That's bigger.
Yeah.
Just that alone is bigger. The castle, like, it's gonna be Helm's Deep Part 2. I think if this is crazy, it might top it still. I'm gonna have to download this episode for myself and just download the scene. Well, that scene's the same length as the entire episode, so it could be the whole episode.
Yeah. That's gonna be hectic. Next week is gonna be crazy. Especially the Night King at the end of the episode.
I just hope there's no bullshit like bad CG or anything. Like, you know,
bad CG.
Like, you know how sometimes movies...
I don't think Game of Thrones is gonna have bad CG.
No. But like, no, it happens in like $1 million movies, like where like sometimes there's like that moment where like, have you watched Hobbit?
Yeah.
The last Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies. Where, remember, Legolas is jumping on the he's running up the stones while it's breaking.
Okay.
That was terrible CG, and it doesn't get a bigger budget than Hobbit. Yeah. So I'm just hoping there's nothing like that where it's like something slipped through the cracks and it's a bad moment or it just looks terrible. I hope there's none of that.
I just hope. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That one of those bad slip-ups will ruin an entire episode for me or entire movie for me. Like that Legolas jumping scene, ruined that movie for me. We'll see. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm not even scared about the CG or anything. What I'm scared about is if they ruin, the plot. Because I'm a huge, you probably already know, I'm a huge fan of the books.
Yeah.
Versus Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I hope they don't make this fight like one of those, just regular
Apparently George R. Martin already told them what's going to happen and all that stuff. So he gave them a blueprint. So how certain nuances happen is going to be them. But in terms of the story and the interactions, George R. Martin already told them all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how he would want it to end. He's already co-signed off on it. But yeah, like cinematography, that other stuff, that's a worry for me. Obviously, the way it ends.
What if it folds down?
What if some bullshit like? Yeah, what if it's just some bullshit? Like,
you know what I mean? Like this guy just like jumps off the dragon or some shit and survives. And
shit like that will ruin it for me.
Like heroic stuff, but heroic in the very layman term heroic. Like just like jumps off the horse and kills it.
Like if he goes and kills like 10 White Walkers in a row, cool. I love it. Great. Yeah. That's dope. But don't jump off a fucking, I don't know, like
take Dany in one hand and jump off and like save her and then kill 10 White Walkers.
Don't bring no bullshit. Just if one of them die, one of them live. I would be cheesed if none of them die.
Yeah, that'd be that. But it's Game of Thrones. Someone's gonna die.
I would be pissed if no one dies, or if no one of significance dies.
Yeah, nobody really cares if Grey Worm dies. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Like, you know, people like that are going to die. But like, I'd be pissed if like I want like a decimation. Like I want you know people to like you know get wiped out like bloodlines donezo kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
So speaking of the battle, not Grey Worm, sorry. Samuel gave House Tarly's sword, Knight's Bane to Jorah. So that was a good moment.
Jorah needed a good sword. He's an honorable person. Yeah, you know? And then his dad gave his sword to Jon.
Yeah.
So Jorah needed a sword. So I kind of saw that coming, to be honest.
I personally wanted. The whole sword thing is kind of fucked up. I kind of like. It's the Mormont sword. Like the other one was a Mormont sword, the one that Jon uses. Like, that should go to Jorah.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, but like you know, the sword is kind of like it carries not only you know like the person who it belongs to like by last name, but it also carries the person who it's, I guess you know, worthy of it.
Yeah.
You gotta say it's like if you're worthy of it, and I feel like Mormont's sword was good for Jon Snow when who was it who gave it to him? What's his name? Lord Commander Mormont.
Yeah, his dad, Jorah's dad.
Yeah. So I feel like he saw something that was worthy in Jon Snow for him to give it to him that he didn't see in the sun.
He saved him from the White
right.
Walker.
So I mean, and especially the Tarly sword, the House Tarly sword. What was it called? Giant's Bane.
Heartsbane.
Heartsbane. Yeah, that sword doesn't have much that we know about it.
Yeah,
other than it's Valyrian steel.
It looks crazy though. It's a big sword.
Yeah, I know, but like it doesn't really have much.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying? So I mean, giving it to Jorah is probably the best thing they can do. With Sam.
Sam's not gonna do anything with it. He had to give it to someone, and I think Jorah's a good option. They have a good relationship. He saved him.
Yeah, it's also about who's worthy, right?
Yeah,
Sam's not worthy of that sword. Sam's
not as a fighter.
Yeah, not as a fighter. But even
worthy.
I mean, well, what else is a sword supposed to be worthy of?
No, but like you can put it on your I would put a sword over there. I'm not a fighter.
To look cool, but like that in this context of the story, it has to be worthy.
Yeah, I guess so, but I feel like it's almost like I kind of got sentimental when the sword thing he gave the sword because it was like Jorah was present while the dad was getting burnt up and killed.
Yeah,
and now it's almost like he's giving it to the people that killed his family off, kind of thing. That's where it's like I thought that whole Daenerys killing Randall Tarly thing would have prevented that from happening. I originally thought that was gonna happen, and then when we find out about the Randall Tarly thing, I'm like, okay, cool. He's not giving him the sword anymore. He does not fuck with the Targaryen house anymore.
Yeah,
but it's almost like Sam just forgave him for like that. Like he forgave the house.
Yeah. But think about it. Who else can Sam give it to that will actually wield that sword properly?
Sir Clegane. What's his name? The Hound.
Why would he give it to the Hound?
The Hound is crazy.
What relationship do Sam and the Hound have?
No relationship is better than a bad relationship.
But these guys don't have a bad relationship.
No, but he was like his queen is the one who killed.
Yeah, but Sam cured him too, right?
Yeah, so Sam has done two things for
Sam,
him now.
I genuinely don't think Sam cares about, that Jorah was there. Was Jorah even there? Yeah, Jorah was there when she burned them alive and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Sam cares. Because if he did, then he would have made a big deal out of it in the first episode, which he kind of did, but he also got the point across that, Jon is actually Aegon Targaryen and stuff. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you don't think he cares about his dad dying?
No. And I feel like this was just a move, or this was just an excuse to hand Jorah a Valyrian steel.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Just an excuse.
I think
it's not
his
even,
regular
it doesn't really have to do anything with the plot that much.
His regular story, yeah, another filler part. I think, in my opinion, like just have to give him a decent weapon, so for him to fight. I think everyone else has pretty good weapons now too. Yeah, so it's gonna be a crazy episode next time.
Yeah.
Within a week, yeah, it's gonna be a crazy episode, man. I just want to have like a surround sound booming in my face and like a 75-inch TV and just
watch that episode.
Yeah, and popcorn HD. And like chocolate, everything.
Oh, Avengers is also coming out Saturday, bro.
This Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Speaking of Avengers Endgame, we will be doing a breakdown. We're watching it this week. It's coming out Friday. We're watching it Saturday morning. So, we will be watching that. We will be breaking it down. Everything. Sure. We didn't do a pre-show.
For sure.
We didn't do a pre-show.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe we'll do one, but I don't think so. But This week there's gonna be a lot of recording. Episode 3 of Game of Thrones. Endgame, our regular podcast. Wazir and Surane are gonna be back in the studio soon. We haven't recorded in like 3 weeks, so it's been a while. So yeah, we have a lot of content coming. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. If you're on Spotify and Apple Music, make sure you're following. Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Yeah, don't spoil Endgame and don't watch leaks. Is my
You're gonna do that.
No, my takeaway from this last episode is not to watch a leak ever again.
I'm not saying for Avengers you are not gonna watch the leaks.
I'm not gonna watch the leaks. Okay. I feel like this episode, I don't know if it was just a bad episode. Not a bad episode in terms of not an intense episode, but I feel like watching it
with others
early will kind of ruin the experience for me. Maybe because I was laying in bed watching on my MacBook, but like, and the first one we watched, when we watched it was like a big screen TV in our face, like we're smoking shisha, the system's booming, like the sound system is booming in our face, like it just felt epic.
Yeah.
The second episode didn't feel like that for me, so I want to make sure I watch this third episode with a good setup and everyone, good company and good friends and all that stuff. So yeah, we will break that down and send it out as live, like as early as we possibly can. Endgame, make sure you don't spoil that for anyone. Even though I might spoil it on Twitter, so don't follow me.
We forgot to talk about how John revealed his secret to Dany.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, edit.
I don't need to edit. But it was just a cliffhanger. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's all it realistically was. All I think. Yeah, there's nothing to take away from it because she reacted and they had to leave. So it's like you've seen I just found it surprising that her reaction was not that we fucked and we're cousins or auntie and uncle and nephew.
Incest is like in Targaryen.
Yeah,
family.
Targaryen. Yeah. It's all of Westeros, to be honest. But I'm surprised that wasn't the first thing, and their relationship or the fact that she's pregnant or all that. It wasn't the first thing, but the fact that he had a stake to the Iron Throne. I think
she's very like suspicious about it right off the bat, and she should be, right?
Yeah, she should be, obviously. But like, I don't know, I don't know what to think of it because
I hope she doesn't get mad at Jon and do something stupid during the fight.
See, that's what I think might happen. That's why I feel like she's gonna have that villain moment soon. I feel like something's gonna happen where she has that villain moment, and that's gonna make her Mad King-esque because like this person's in the way of my throne, and all she's ever wanted is a throne, and she's gonna do something that makes her the villain.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe not the villain, but villain-esque. Maybe Jon dies here, and this is his fight. Like this is the fight for him to win and lose. Like that's it. You know, who knows? We'll see, right? So yeah, back to my conclusion.
That was a long ass conclusion.
But yeah, follow us, do all that thing. 3 episodes coming out this week. Watch them as you can. Please keep enjoying our stuff. Let us know if anything's right or wrong. Let us know anything. Like tell me about your day. I don't care. Take care, guys. This is Off the Top signing out. Take care, guys.